Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to COD Zombies HQ. Black Ops 3 Zombies is known for its plethora of different Easter eggs inside the various maps. Between the main Easter eggs, the side Easter eggs, those found and unfound, there's a lot to do in-game. But in this video, we're not going to be looking at Easter eggs within the maps, but taking a look at various secrets located outside the playable area of all Zombies maps in Black Ops 3. If you do enjoy this video, if there's something that you haven't seen before within it, I'd appreciate it if you can give it a thumbs up down below, and hey, consider subscribing to the channel for more great Zombies content to come. So kicking things off here at our number 10 spot, way outside the playable area in Gorod Krovi, in the middle of a flat and untextured plain, there sits this random trap switch. The trap is fully modeled and textured just like you'd see inside the map, but does not have any collision or triggers associated to it. You can walk up, hold the action button, nothing unfortunately happens. The reason this trap is out here doesn't make much sense. As far as I've seen in the other Zombies maps, they just don't place random traps outside the bounds of the map. So I'm not sure why this secret trap switch is here, but it's definitely cool nonetheless. Now moving on to our number 9 and number 8 spot. I'm not doing these in any particular order, by the way, just in kind of a random order. But under the spawn area of Zetsubo no Shima, there's this random floating blue light. No one knows why this blue light is placed here. You can't see it from inside the actual map, and it has seemingly no other purpose. Near the blue light orb, there is copies of 5 perk machines that are on the map. Juggernog, Stamina Up, Speed Cola, Double Tap, and Quick Revive are all here and represented, while Widow's Wine is not. These perk machines do not have any activation triggers, they can't be bought, and aren't turned on when the power of the map is turned on. But interestingly enough, there are 2 other perk machines also under the map. And here we can see the smushed together versions of Double Tap and Quick Revive. These perk machines do have a degree of programming to them. You are able to get the point bonus when you lie down near these 2 perk machines. Also, when you go on ahead and turn on the power of the map, it visually activates these 2 perk machines, meaning that they are connected to the power triggers on the map. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get or find the trigger to actually drink from these perk machines, but I do find it very interesting that these 2 perk machines are combined together and are at least to some degree operational. This means that if anybody asks you, hey, how many Quick Revive or Double Tap perk machines are there on Zetsubo, you can pretty confidently say 3 and not be wrong. Moving on to our number 7 spot, and something that I think is one of the most famous under the map and out of bounds secrets in all of Black Ops 3 Zombies, and that is the secret parts for the Apothic and Servant upgrade being displayed and existing under the map of Shadows of Evil. This is located right underneath the spawn area of the map, and originally when Shadows of Evil was first released, you were able to Pack-a-Punch the Apothic and Servant via unconventional means. The Pack-a-Punch version had an upgraded ammo count as well as a different name, meaning that coding for the upgraded Apothic and Servant in Shadows of Evil was meant to be in the game, but it got cut for whatever reason. This is further evidenced by the dead Margwa Heart version of the Apothic and Servant that we can see here underneath the map. The regular version with the regular Margwa Heart is also displayed, but the dead Margwa Heart now finally has a purpose, and it seems like it was definitely supposed to be part of either a second Apothic and Servant or an Apothic and Servant upgrade that was scrapped from the map for whatever reason. I've always heard rumors that they removed these objects from underneath Shadows of Evil, as when I did a no-clip of Shadows on the PS4, I wasn't able to find them. But for whatever reason, they're still here on the PC, which is the version I'm doing this no clip on. Now moving on to number 6 in Revelations, you know that we can head into Samanthas Room in the house, but did you know that the house itself is modeled like it was in the cutscene? Heading through the front entranceway of the house, we can see that there's no real walls here or details, but the general house structure is there. We can head down to the basement area where the teleporter was set up, and our 4 characters arrive from their various maps to take part in the events of Revelations. There's also the area where the stairs are supposed to be to head upstairs. Once you enter the upstairs area, you can go down the hallway and see the door where the actual cutscene for Revelations at the beginning takes place. Once you head inside, there you have it, and you're in Samanthas Room. I'm sure you guys are all aware of the distant monster Easter egg on Zetsubo no Shima that you can see silhouetted in the distance once you reach round 50 on the map. Well, did you know the distant monster is actually a texture file that is already on the map throughout your game of zombies? As you can see here, it's just sitting here underneath the map, waiting to receive the trigger for you to reach round 50 in order for it to begin its one movement pattern. It's really interesting that this is an asset they didn't just spawn in constant move, but it's always here waiting for you to reach round 50 and something you'll never see before that unless you no-clip outside the map. For our number 4 spot, we're heading back to Shadows of Evil, where bus row B is confirmed. Outside the map, you can barely see it from inside, but you can get a very, very good view of when you're no-clipping it. There is a bus from the B line, obviously referring back to the famous non-Easter egg in transit, the secret bus route B. Interestingly enough, this bus sporting the B line destination is pretty well modeled on the inside, where the whole dashboard is modeled but not textured, and as you can see throughout the rest of the bus, the actual floor itself is also modeled but not textured, and obviously there's no other furnishings inside the bus, but it is definitely interesting to see that they, at least to some extent, modeled the interior of these buses, meaning at one point in Shadows of Evil development history, perhaps we were able to be playing inside these buses in some way. For our number 3 spot, if you guys weren't aware, when you go through a teleporter on any of the zombies maps, you actually aren't instantly transported to the end location. You're placed inside a black box essentially with the teleporter animation that then transfers you to the final destination. You can see these teleporter boxes outside the map here on the Giant. Once you enter them and look into the portal, you can see the actual animation. And on Dreisendrache, the teleporter dark room is located pretty near to the rocket test site, although I wasn't able to get these specific animations to play. At number 2, we're back on Zetsubou no Shima, and located way under the map, like pretty far from the actual spawn area, there are these 3 statues that are for the rituals to unlock the skull of Nansapwe. Now, there are 4 rituals on the actual map. I'm not 100% sure why there's only 3 represented here, but it's really weird why these assets are located so far away from the actual map itself. These statues are located way outside the actual main lighting barrier of the map. That's why you won't get any of the main lighting sources that you're used to from being inside of any of the zombies maps, just white silhouettes and the black background. And for our number 1 spot, heading back to Dreisendrache, when you head back in time as part of the Dreisendrache main Easter egg, while it seems like you get transported back into the actual map with just a color filter, some objects spawned, and obviously a barrier barring you from exiting the area, you actually get transported to an entirely different area of the map. An entire recreation of that room in Dreisendrache specifically for this portion of the Easter egg. The area around the room actually has the black and white color filter that you actually see inside the map, and only the room itself is modeled. Behind that barrier preventing you from leaving is absolutely nothing. Also, for a quick bonus, while we're in the void here in Dreisendrache, you can actually find the Dreisendrache boss fight room pretty near to the actual map, just behind the castle and far to the right. And as you can see, the boss fight arena itself is huge, dimly lit, and freaking awesome. You can also find the boss fight arena on Revelations as well. It's a little bit more difficult to find, but if you head over to the Kino stage, look straight down and move forward, you'll eventually hit the very top of the Revelations boss fight. Once you're here, you can see that the huge Apothic is still here at the actual boss fight arena, and that the arena itself is set to its neutral state. Definitely one of the cooler areas to visit pre-doing the Easter egg on any of the maps. Well guys, that wraps up our countdown video today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you found something new that you didn't know about before, be sure to leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. No clipping around these maps and exploring various perspectives of these zombies maps that you really don't see during normal play is a whole lot of fun, and I definitely recommend it to anybody that actually has the game on PC to do it easily, or to do the theater no clip glitch if you're on the consoles, and you can YouTube that to check out how it's done. It's a lot of fun to do for yourself. You can explore, find these secrets from within the video in your own game. Well guys, I want to wrap that up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you with another zombies video tomorrow. Alright boys, let me just head down to the spider boss fight here on Zetsubou, and oh no. I don't know what I did, but I did something wrong, and these lines aren't supposed to be here, are they? I don't think so. The spider's also very confused. Poor Mama Spider. Secret outro, done.